Hello, everyone, and welcome to Young at Heart, children's stories, poems, songs for adults that can keep us all young at heart. I'm Father James DeLucio with the Paulist Fathers. Welcome to session number 46. You may find if you look on my YouTube channel that I lost count, but I know for sure now, after diligently going back, this is session number 46. There are a couple recordings that are just specials that aren't in the numbered system. So you can go to my YouTube page if you're watching this on Facebook and go back and see all of them from the beginning. I actually took off yesterday, so today I am going to record 2 sessions, beginning with this one, Chapter 46, or Session 46. You're in the Paulist Fathers Rectory Parlor once again. Now, this first nursery rhyme, I can't give you the title because at the end of the poem, the writer asks, what's the name of the character that has been described? The title of the poem is the character's name. So put on your thinking caps and let's see how discerning you can be. As I was going o'er Westminster Bridge, I met a Westminster scholar. He pulled off his cap and drew off his glove and wished me a very good morrow. What was his name? All right. Of course, there's a clue in the poem. Let's repeat it one more time, but you might have already got it. As I was going o'er Westminster Bridge, I met a Westminster scholar. He pulled off his cap and drew off his glove and wished me a very good morrow. What is his name? Well, did you pick Andrew? Then you are correct. Andrew is the answer. Mary's Canary. Mary had a pretty bird, feathers bright and yellow, slender legs, upon my word, he was a pretty fellow. The sweetest note he always sang, which much delighted Mary. She often, where the cage was hung, she hearing her canary. A little awkward grammar, but cute nonetheless. Here we have an important lesson in life. Can you discern the lesson from The Cuckoo? The title of our nursery rhyme, The Cuckoo. In April, come he will. In May, he sings all day. In June, he changes his tune. In July, he prepares to fly. In August, go he must. This is helping children and us adapt to change and to appreciate each season for what it is. And here the cuckoo comes in spring and summer, but has to fly away for autumn and winter to find warmer weather. The comings and goings of life, the ebb and flow of the tide, the need to appreciate the present and to accept that things will change, all in one little poem. Now, children, of course, can have a great difficulty with change, especially if, for example, their family has to move or they have to change schools for whatever reason. So bringing this into conversation through rhymes and stories was a great inspiration, really, on behalf of humanity. And so, by the way, I'm just thinking of a wonderful Disney animated film for the whole family. It's called Inside Out, about a family that has to move, and it focuses on the little girl and all the stages of feelings and thoughts she goes through in order having to adapt to the change. It's beautifully written, a very engaging film, and I highly recommend it to you. Now, I have another footnote to this poem, The Cuckoo. Did it sound extremely familiar to you, or exceedingly familiar? I find when I trip over words, it's because two words come to me at the same time. I wanted to say exceedingly, and then extremely popped in, and so I had to pause. And then I said, finally, I meant exceedingly. Exceedingly, well, I don't remember what. But have you heard this before? In April, come he will. Well, if you grew up like me in the 1950s and 60s, or maybe even as late as the 70s, you grow up listening to... Yes, indeed, Simon and Garfunkel. And in their album, The Sounds of Silence, an LP I played ad nauseum, much to the aggravation of my parents, but all the same, April Come She Will was a song on that album, and it was inspired by the children's poem. In fact, they even included that in the notes in the back of the album cover. Don't you miss album covers? I mean, if you're streaming, you don't get anything at all, and if you get CDs, it depends on the issue or reissue whether they include the original album covers and notes, which I've always loved. It always brought me a deeper sense of connection to the songs, to the songwriters, to the performers. Well, here, now talking about change for adults. And here, Paul Simon took the image of the cuckoo and transformed him into a beautiful woman, the love of his life, who comes and goes. April comes she will, when streams are ripe and swelled with rain. May she will stay, resting in my arms again. June she'll change her tune, in restless walks she'll prowl the night. July she will fly, and give no warning to her flight. August die she must. The autumn winds blow chilly and cold. September I'll remember. A love once new has now grown old. People come and go in and out of our lives, and there are times when we really can be filled with sadness. At the same time, every relationship lingers in eternity, and that's something very important for us to remember. It is natural to be filled with the sadness and to stay with it a while. Blessed are those who mourn. And at the same time, to recognize that we see things that are so limited by our sight in this world. But even science tells us that any drop of rain in a pond reverberates and echoes through the cosmos, and so too with you and me. And every relationship we have ever had and still will have, they continue it all on, beyond the grave, onto eternal life. I don't think the woman in Paul Simon's lyric has died anyway. I think because it's a love once old, new has now grown old. It's sort of in the passing. The relationship died. I think the runaway woman is still with us. One more poem for this session, and then I'll take a break and record session number 47 for you. With the tip of the hat to my dear friend Catherine, who alone missed that I didn't have anything yesterday, and I'm very happy to oblige with 2 today. Robin and Richard. Robin and Richard were 2 little men. They did not awake till the clock struck 10. Let me start again. Robin and Richard. Robin and Richard were 2 little men. They did not awake till the clock struck 10. Then up starts Robin and looks at the sky. "Oh, brother Richard, the sun's very high." They both were ashamed on such a fine day, when they were wanted to make new hay. Do you go before with bottle and bag, I will come after on little Jack Nag. Naughty brothers oversleeping. Unusual, though, for two to both sleep at to the same time, I suppose, unless they were up telling jokes and doing funny things as we often did after we were sent to bed. Well, with that, I'll give you adieu, or actually au revoir, until my next session, which will come shortly. Stay healthy. God bless. And keep safe. God bless. Bye, everyone. Oop. Did we stop? I think we did. Oh, that's right.